Today is a really big day. We get the summary of economic projections from the Fed, which means we get the first new look at the end of 2025 for the federal funds rate. And then we also get updates on where they think GDP is heading. Are we going to see upgrades there? We're going to have to watch and see. Unemployment rate is going to be a big signal as well. They saw it holding steady around 4.4%. So 2 o'clock today, when that summary of economic projections comes out and the Fed's interest rate decision, which they're expected to cut 25 basis points, that's going to be highly critical to what we watch for the Fed, not necessarily for that near term, which if we get the 25 BP cut that we expect, that's a good thing. Longer term, I think that we're looking out to the end of 2025 to see what exactly is happening since September to December update-wise from the Fed. What's on their mind? Are they going to do something that surprises us? It's going to shock the market in a good way, that we expect more rate cuts to happen, because right now I think that we're about 50 basis points above the Fed's September expectation as per the CME Fed Watch tool. So we're going to have to watch and see as that comes out. Let's take a look at some different stocks that are out there and some ETFs, and we'll talk about what exactly the market is doing right now and where it could potentially go as a result of that. There we go. Let me pop this up on the screen for you. We'll kick things off with SPY. Been a little bit stuck in between this about 603 number, and we peaked out around 608, almost 609, that we just keep on getting stuck and can't quite make it over. The 5 is moving sideways on us. The 13 starting to flatten out. We are still up above the 20-day, which we keep on finding as a significant area of support. Breaking down through that could show us, well, down through the 603 and the 20-day that's here in blue, could start to show us a little bit of weakness. Now, mind you, if the Fed tells us stuff that's favorable, we can finally pop that 610 number that's been eluding us for a while now, and that could be something that really does give that next push up in the markets if we see a full candle close up above 610 for SPY. We are bouncing up in the pre-market. QQQ having a little bit of a hesitation kind of day. There we go. So from yesterday, had that candle all totally within the previous candle before it. Kind of looks like a bearish harami. We'll happen to see. But in the pre-market hours, I think the bigger thing today is that catalyst that we have. We got that candle up above 534. Nice, strong close. Decent volume to go along with it. So today, watch the pre-market. Watch what happens. We want to stay up above the 535 line. That's right along here for us. If we fail to have to keep that, we can be dropping all the way back down to these moving averages or even down to this 524. If we stay up above that, our next green light goes up until we get to about 548, a little bit north of 548. IWM, this is a big one because the Russell 2000 stocks are really chomping at the bit to know what the Fed sees for the strength of the economy. So we need a really strong economy. We also need a lower federal funds rate. We want to see unemployment still being seen as stabilizing with low inflation, hopefully lower than what we had from September. If that stuff happens, that can be a really strong catalyst for the Russell 2000 stocks. We peaked out going back to the 25th of November and have trailed off since that time. Now you can see these previous bounces that we've got off this pink and red 50-day. We dipped down below it a couple times, but quickly rallied back above. Over here, you can also see that tangle where once we finally decided to be up above those 50 days, man, we ripped off of those. This could happen again. This could be that time that we finally see that push up to 250 for IWM, tracking the Russell 2000 stocks. And then maybe even north of there, we're going to have to watch and see what the market does. Will there be a significant cooling? Is the Fed going to go hawkish on us? Are they going to see higher inflation, softer GDP? Are they going to stabilize their cuts in order to kind of pull back on inflation? Jerome Powell speaking is also going to have a big impact on that, and that happens at 2:30 today. So going on from there over to Bitcoin. Bitcoin hesitating a little bit, and we had this slow, steady climb. Let me see, the last day that we had that rampant climb would be the 11th of November. And then just kind of marching slowly north, soldiering on since that time, putting in a new all-time high yesterday of 108,364 as per Bitstamp that's on here. And I do still think that on this run that we're going to hit that 120,000. When I say on this run, I mean that we could still have a pullback to a 50-day, such as back at 90,000, or to the 20-day back at 100,000. We're going to have to see. There could be a small pullback that happens, but I don't think that we go through putting in a whole bunch of lower lows, that this whole run is going to fall apart, and then we have to, well, better luck next time, and we wait months or even years for that to happen. I think that it could be several days to maybe several weeks that we go north of that 120,000. We're going to have to watch and see. Now, mind you, crypto is one of those volatile assets that it could make that move in a single day, up or down. We're going to have to watch. I do still think that 120,000 plus per BTC is in the cards. Nvidia yesterday, dropping down below the neckline, kind of scary. In the pre-market hours, we're actually back up above it about 134. So found some buying pressure yesterday. Getting back up above 132 is highly critical if we're going to see this recovery. We do want to watch and see with the moving averages that are up above here what happens, especially, let me take down the EMAs. So we have this pink 50 SMA right here with the 20 crossing over it, bearish sign. Now, mind you already saw that drop happen. If we put up the EMAs, and let me take down the SMAs, there's the red one right there, the 13 crossing down over the 50 EMA. That can be something that's a little bit concerning for a bearish move. We would also want to watch this trend line for rejection too if we stay up here. If we want to see further bullishness from Nvidia, we want to get back on top of those trend lines. And let me wrap things up here with Tesla. Yesterday, kind of tumbled down below this resistance area, but now it's support because we opened above and we closed above. Good, and you can see the buying pressure that was down below. We want to stay up above 468 to have room to that 500. So I think we're green lighted at this point in time. I think it will take the Fed's help in order to see us hit $500 plus. We do have significant resistance from about 500 to about 505. So be on the lookout for that for Tesla. And now, mind you, we've had a really steep climb recently. Expect there to be some sort of corrective movement sometime in the near future. I would say, maybe it's this week, maybe it's next week, maybe it's the week after Christmas. Maybe Santa's going to keep on leaving more presents under the Tesla tree for us. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I am Dr. Stock, Doctor of Education. Remember, my friends, that learning is earning. We'll see you next video.